responsibility to contact them back and stuff like that. In some cases, you don't have to because you initially said that you had no interest in giving them permission to be present. You gave them no permission to extract. You gave them no permission to gain access and these things like that. And for the reasons in which you were trying to protect yourself and be safe and protect other people. And this is another thing that was not easily understood. This becomes a problem with how people do business. And what becomes culpable is the business in which they left to mention. You know, you don't say such a name as St. Mary's and don't say what institution you're a part of and or what you're referred to is the place downtown, on that street corner where they was talking about that's the place where you can go for food or you can go to another place. And in some cases, this is the thing that's misunderstood. If that's not the institution, you go for food and they refer to you to another place, then they can be communicating in such a way, but they want to have direct access to you. They want to come before your eyes and put stuff in your face and refer you to such places, but they don't go back to certain places to maintain their distance. And if you felt safe, this is where they're supposed to retreat to, you know even before you have conversation and stuff like that. You're not supposed to have to go to a place for conversation and all this kind of stuff. That's not who you recognize as people you do business with. And in these cases, you don't do business with them, and they don't respect you enough to do business with them, so you won't. And this is the thing that pisses me off, because when you start talking about how they were using these excuses to hurt people, to haunt people, to kill people. When they were trying to call people betrayers because they had other objectives, they had other missions. Like I said, if my one of them was to protect and to serve someone other than them, then they can't call you betrayer, because that's not your job. Your job is not to betray, but your job is to protect and serve someone else that they don't like, or that they're haunting, or that they want to cause injury or even kill. This becomes an enemy in that way. And with the by virtue of the nature of oneself, of man. This is something that I don't have to really explain much more than enough. I just get tired of the ways in which people try to hurt people and get away with it. Like that has to stop. That has to stop. You know. So I'm having a supernatural experience happen, and they get in the middle of my video about 3 times. They stopped 2 of my videos, so I couldn't record on the other, to continue the rest of the conversation that I was having somewhere else. And then they put in some words here and stuff like that to try to get in a way of some discernment that somebody else might have from a scale or from a place in which they could reach. And it's for the purposes of somebody denying them and or denying me a chance to get my point across. And this becomes a neurological, thing that could not be stopped. And the reason why is because if it was stopped or interfered with, then that's an injury that could potentially cause even more injury or life threatening issue or circumstance, and they'll be responsible for it. But it'll be hard to try to recoup losses and stuff when somebody's coming in here saying that they have permission to collect or extract something from my body, whether it's electronic or whether it's neuropathological or whether it's physical or whether it's financial and stuff like that. And they fail to adhere to my saying no. They like to go to people and get loans. They like to ask for loans. They like to ask for forward payments and things like that. And some of the reasons why they're acting or behaving in a way in which they do is because they're attracted to something like a holy cross, one that don't even belong to them. You cannot lie one day and say that the attraction of a holy cross or the presence of one was the thing that attracted somebody for purposes like refuge, but at the same time they want to abuse that refuge and start haunting people and start injuring people, or start killing people or kidnapping people and abducting people and threaten them with injury or loss of life and stuff like that, and they don't expect for these things to get back. God is such a good God for making the resurrection and the life the thing that became prevalent in my life, so that I had stories to tell about the experiences that I've been through, became the very, very prominence that I would need to express to someone else on a day like today and beyond. For the reasons in which said that even if I incurred injury or sustained a loss of life once before, God is so good to me. God is good to the people that I speak to and able to see, that I can express one day, why I chose to praise his name, why they should praise his name. If I'm going to say that, they should praise his name, because sometimes he don't have anything to do with some of these things. The only thing at this point I can thank him for now is that I was thankful for being resurrected and to live again. So that's something that I would tell them about. you know that's something I would tell them about. I'll be back. And guess what? You know what? The reason why I'm back here at this point is because the last time I had interest in sharing my story and expressing myself with no intention to harm or cause injury to no one, or is the reason why I've been invited back to express myself this way.